Good morning. Welcome to Tea Time with Tanya. I'm Tanya. Today, this is weird because it's Sunday. It's Mother's Day. Today is Sunday, May 8th, 2022. Happy Mother's Day, everyone. Happy Mother's Day. I came on, I know this is a little impromptu, but because Friday's show, I didn't get to any of the questions, I wanted to rectify that. Let's start this off with a blessing, shall we? Dear universe, dear creator, dear spirit guides, please give us the collective a blessing to hold on to this Sunday, Mother's Day, 2022. Oh my goodness, we get my favorite, a blessed time. Look at this card. Look at this card. A blessed time. The path is clear and all obstacles have vanished. Your time of waiting is over. So proceed with confidence. The challenges that you have faced were essential, for there is a perfect time for everything. Now is your perfect time to be blessed by the universe. Namaste. Namaste. Let me read this one more time. A blessed time. The path is clear and all obstacles have vanished. Your time of waiting is over. So proceed with confidence. The challenges that you have faced were essential, for there is a perfect time for everything. Now is your perfect time to be blessed by the universe. Namaste. Good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday. Happy Mother's Day to all the women on my channel. Happy Mother's Day to you and to the fathers who are on my channel that raise their children alone. Happy Mother's Day to you too. Happy Mother's Day to you too, because loving a child, raising a child, whether you're the male parent or the female parent, is one of the most important things that we can do when we choose to bring children into this world, is to love them and be the best that we can be for them. Happy Mother's Day to all my mothers. Happy Mother's Day to all my fathers. Happy Mother's Day to all of you. And to the mothers who have crossed over, happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. All right, let's get started. My what I want to talk about right now, with all this stuff with the Supreme Court, this is all to get everybody up in their feelings. Okay, so let's not get this twisted. The first thing that we have to remember is that the reason for all of this is to try to, this is more of the chaos, okay, to try to get people all up in their emotions. I keep saying this. The GOP, the powers that be, are going to are going to start assaulting not just women's rights, but the rights of all people, to the point to where it is going to be untenable, to where people cannot fathom this going forward. This is for cause, guys. But here, in this dying of the light, and that's what this is, not the this is the dying of the darkness. Okay, this is not the dying of the light. This is the dying of the darkness being brought into the light. We are seeing what they want to do to put everybody in fear. Okay, what the GOP, the powers that be, are doing with this Roe versus Wade, and then with all these other little leaked things that are going on. Pay attention, okay? Pay attention. And everything that they keep coming up with is more severe and more outrageous than the last thing. The last thing I heard was some governor or senator somewhere wanted to criminalize IUDs as being murder. Well, if we're going to criminalize IUDs, We need to criminalize male masturbation. Because if wearing an IUD so a woman doesn't get pregnant constitutes murder, then masturbation and spilling the seed on the earth constitutes murder as well. So nocturnal emissions is murder. So every man who I'm going to say it like it is, comes in his sleep, has committed murder. There's a million dead babies laying on his sheets, or laying in his hand, or laying in a napkin if he used it to express himself. So, but this is all folly. This is all just to get people all up in their emotions. This is where you have to disassociate yourself from fear. This is fear. How crazy can they make the next thing? How crazy can they make something seem? Okay? Are they going to criminalize having sex? No. If you see what they're doing, they're only criminalizing the female form. The male can do anything he wants to. Okay? The male is not stopped from having sex. The male is not there. There's nothing regulating the male's body as it pertains to pregnancy. A woman cannot get pregnant by herself. No, she cannot. I don't care who you are. You cannot get pregnant by yourself unless you're one of those intersexed frogs who can impregnate themselves, or one of those intersexed animal species that can reproduce without a partner. But most people, that's not us. That's not us. Okay? So if it takes two to tango and only one person is being criminalized for getting pregnant, can't get pregnant by yourself, then where does the male come into this? And they are completely leaving this out because they have no intentions on doing anything about the male body. Okay? This is craziness. They know that this is the Pandora's box that will literally cause the rift throughout our entire society. What we are about to see is the challenging of not only our laws, but of our religion, because the church is going to be drugged right into this headlong. Okay, and they're going to have to fight. And I want you guys to pay attention. Pay attention, because the churches are going to start waffling. Yes, they are. When they start getting pressed, they are going to waffle. This is the whole thing. This is a war that has been building up since 1973. Here we are in 2022. Okay? Next year, this is all going to come to a head. All of this. It's going to go away. But the fight that we fight now is going to determine how the laws in the future are written. We are about to go through a war of consciousness. A war of consciousness. All the things that are going on, this awakening, all of this is to shine the light on all the things that have been put, all the stumbling blocks that have been put in front of us. The rise of the divine feminine. This is what this is. This war against women is a war against the rise of the divine feminine. The time for the divine feminine is here. So the masculine is fighting against it because the masculine is losing power. It will lose power. The divine masculine has had all these years, these centuries, and we see where we are. It is the changing of the guard. Okay? The divine masculine is fighting against the entrance of the woman. That is why they are fighting against our wombs. That is why they are fighting to try to control us. Okay? Don't be afraid of this. Don't buy into it. Okay? This is what they need you to do. They need you afraid of their policies. They need you afraid of the insane things that they are saying. The way to fight this, the way to get out of this is to not fear. Look at it as the bullcrap that it is. Every one of these Republicans are talking out of the sides of their necks. They need fear. They need to instill fear into the people to get their base to do their bidding. Do not buy into this. Stop. We already know. We can already see just with the leaking of the memo how many people mobilized instantly. This is not what the GOP wants. They do not want people out in the street. They want people in their houses just looking at TV. They don't want people protesting because when people are out protesting, that draws attention to the issues that they want to pass in the darkness. Remember, remember that all the stuff that the GOP and the powers that be are doing is to keep everybody in fear so that they can keep everyone controlled. Listen to the insane laws that they are floating out there, not only about women's bodies, but about what comes next if they can pull the rug out of the Supreme Court. Okay? We're talking about, if they go after Roe versus Wade, and this is how they want to scare people. They're going to go out. They're telling people they're going after Roe versus Wade, which they have been telling us for the last 30, 40 years. Next, they're going to go after same-sex marriage. Then they're going after interracial marriage. All the things that separate people further. What all of this is going to do is to force the unity because everyone is not here. And what you're going to see with this, guys, is you're going to see the religions of the world who subscribe to a male dominated world. You're going to see them in lockstep with the GOP. What this is going to do is going to destroy religion. It is going to destroy organized religion. Young people have already walked away from the church. Young people have already walked away from organized religion. Why? Because in this awakening, people see that the church is nothing but a mechanism to control thought. Okay? That's what it is. You want to talk about indoctrination. Okay? It starts there. What we have to realize is that the church and government are hand in hand. You may as well say they are a singular entity. And that's why in America, as much as we scream separation of church and state, uh, Republican uh, politicians all always say America is a Christian nation. America was built on Christianity. When the Constitution of the United States specifically says that this country was not founded on religious tenets, that every person should be free from religious tyranny. Okay? So this is where we are. The religious right, which is running our government, is trying to turn this. They're trying to turn us into. I mean, the GOP is literally the Taliban. Let's just call them what they are. Let's call the GOP what they are. They are the Taliban. They are a group of men who think that only men can run anything, that women are subservient. Women are not people. Women are on the same plane as children, okay, to the Taliban. Women are to be controlled and told what to do. Even though they could not exist without women, they still want to put a woman under their heel, okay? This is the changing of the whole world. The divine feminine is going to rise from the ashes. Women are going to take over, guys. There are women, it's our turn. And we will put things on the path to right. Okay? Okay. That's 14 minutes of me ranting about women here, but I needed to talk about the divine feminine. That was very important. Um, Let me get into these cards here. My first, okay, that first question about the divine feminine. The question was, what does the Supreme Court leak doc signify? What do the Supreme Court's leaked documents signify? And guys, like I said before, that whole thing, the leaking, and I do believe it was through Judge Breyer. All these justices knew about this. They've already signed off on it. This memo was not something that was hidden. These people discussed this. That's why this whole thing was written out. Judge Alito, who also is a, well, I'm not going to call him a terrible person, but these are hand-picked operatives. These people were put in these positions to do a job for their party. They went in there, it was partisan. They stayed in there, and what they do is partisan. None of these judges, the Supreme Court itself, it's a straw man. Okay? It was propped up. In fact, our whole government is a straw man. Our whole government. We have been sold a bag of goods to believe that we have an institution that is infallible when it is anything but. Our whole government was built on the tenets of white supremacy. I'm going to say it the way that it is because even in the Constitution that has not been ratified, black people, people of color, still are only three-fifths human because the white man says so. Okay? Everything that is being done against people. You want to say that the GOP is anti people, it is anti human beings. The GOP is against humanity. I'm going to say it the way it is. They want to control every aspect of your life. They want to control how you teach your children. They want to control what you say. They want to control what you believe. They want you to spread lies. Okay? They're so worried about you saying Merry Christmas, but not saying that what Donald Trump did, his whole thing was a lie. Okay? They want you to live in the fantasy world that they created, but not live in the reality and not challenge them on anything they say. And until we stand up and realize that this is what it is, we are going to continue to have to fight against the stupidity that is the GOP. I know that it just keeps turning into rants. I can't even get to my freaking cards. Let's let's just get over here and ask a question. Um, I think this is Denny's question. I'm not sure, but this is from Friday's show. And I'm gonna just jump off the subject of control, just so I can answer some questions, guys. Okay, I'm gonna jump into hormones in cow's milk. Right now, there is a shortage, a shortage and it's not okay. Right now, the milk manufacturers have created a shortage of formula. The same formula that's causing our babies to have rotten gut. To and if you don't believe that this is where autism comes from, just wait. And I guarantee there has been studies that show that the hormones and uh uh oh gosh, all the antibiotics that they put into cows transfers right into the cow's milk, and that is the reason for autism, precocious puberty, and a lot of diabetes and cancers, childhood cancers in children, straight from cow's milk. The Milk Council back in the 60s and 70s, remember, got milk? Got milk? Remember the milk mustaches? Remember they told you, oh, milk, it does a body good. Okay, to get you to drink milk, to get mothers. They discouraged, the milk industry discouraged mothers from breastfeeding their babies in order to give them cow's milk so that the dairy board could make more money, knowing that cow's milk was bad for children. Cow's milk is bad for people. Why is cow's milk bad for people? Because people are not cows. Okay? Cow's milk is for cow babies. We make our own milk for our babies. And then they criminalized breastfeeding our children in public. Why? So that the milk industry can make more money. And now that they have all of our children addicted to cow's milk, they have our mothers thinking that babies are supposed to drink cow's milk. You have been manipulated. Okay? Our whole our whole world has been manipulated. We have stopped feeding our children the food that makes them us, and we are giving them us cross species uh, milk that is not for us, does not have what we need. That is why humans are lactose intolerant, because we are not supposed to drink from the teat of the cow. We are supposed to drink from the teat of the mother. That's why we have them. We have been sold a bag of goods. They have been harming us. The government has been harming us knowingly. They protect themselves with the laws. Let's get all of this straight. I guess this is just going to be a rant. Putting my cards down, because everything that has to be said has to be said. The government is what is bringing all of this chaos on us. They have made us sick. Okay? We have allowed the government to pollute our air, pollute our land, pollute our water. And now we have so many chemicals, heavy metals inside of our bodies from what we have allowed big business to contaminate the whole world with. Airplanes flying back and forth, putting aluminum into the air. Why? Why do they do this, guys? Ask yourself why. What do all of these chemicals do? Why are they doing this? What are they trying to hide from us? What do they not want us to see? The government knows that aliens exist. The government knows that we are in a time of change. They are trying to slow it down. The only people that are unaware of this are us, for the most part. And people like me, I'm over here with the bell trying to wake everybody up and say, hey, stop putting your trust in these guys over here. These people do not have your best interests at heart. They are trying to lead you down the road of ruin, to the road of perdition. They are trying to kill you. Our government is trying to kill us. The world government is trying to kill us. They are trying to control what we do, what we say, how we say it, what we think, what comes out of our mouth. Then they want to tell you what you can feed your children to keep them low vibration, to keep them sick, to keep them ill. If you feed your children the food that God, nature, that the universe equipped us with, your children would grow strong and tall like the trees. They would be intelligent. What the government does by forcing us into feeding our children cow's milk and telling us that, oh, this is the best thing for us. You lower the IQ of the child. You sicken the child. You weaken the entire body, making it ripe for things that should never affect us to come in, because they have changed what we are putting in our bodies for sustenance. All of what comes out of a mother's breast is to support and protect the child throughout his life. And I say his or her, their life. How's that? to protect the child throughout their life. It gives the child what they need to survive the first few months as a human. That comes from the mother, okay? Those protections against the flu, against common viruses that humans get, comes from the mother's milk. When we give a newborn baby Enfamil or Similac or even cow's milk formula, we are taking away all the protections. We are changing their internal structure, causing a sick individual from the start. That is what our government has done to us. And they protect the dairy board with laws so that they can continue to destroy humanity. All right. Is the hormone in cow's milk and beef products? Does the hormones in cow's milk and beef products cause heart disease, cancer, diabetes, and autism? Do the hormones in cow's milk and beef products cause heart disease, cancer, diabetes, and autism? Cards are upside down. Here we go. Well, for the first card, we got our yes. And this is the government working together with the dairy board. This is the government working together with all of the big businesses that harm us. The first card is our yes. Okay, but I'm going to keep pulling because the second card we got is the emperor. Control. Complete control. Authority. Let us tell you what's good for you. What's in front? Yeah, there's our second yes. Yes. Yes, and I do believe this is Denny's question. Yes, the hormones that they put in milk, that they put in cows, causes cancer, diabetes, autism, okay? And diabetes, heart disease, cancer, diabetes, and autism is caused by the hormones in beef. Period. Okay? We're not supposed to eat meat. I'm gonna say what needs to be said. Again, the government has us eating this stuff, telling us that it's good for us. We never needed to eat meat. Why do we need to eat meat? Oh, people are gonna say, well, we need to eat meat for protein. We need to eat a cow for protein. Bulls are the most muscular. Horses, muscular. What meat protein do those animals eat? Horses, cows, sheep are vegan. Vegan. They get all their mass and muscle from eating nothing but hay and grass. But humans feel like we need to murder those vegan animals and eat them and consume them so that we can be muscular. Another lie that has been told to us. No, we are people, just like the animals. We can survive on exactly what the animals survive on. Nature has provided us everything, and nothing of it meant us killing our brother animals. Nothing. We never needed to do that. Never needed to murder. Isn't that the first commandment? Thou shalt not kill. Isn't it one of the top ones? Thou shalt not kill. Or does that only mean people? Or does it mean you shouldn't kill anything? Think about where we have been sold up the river, how we have been controlled, how we have been told to do things that are against nature. But because man said it's okay, because the government said, oh, this is great, because we can make money off of it. So we're going to tell you it's good for you. And then when we've got you hooked on it, we're going to take it away. We're going to say it's scarce to cause panic because people don't understand that they never needed it to begin with. But they've had it their whole lives and they don't know how to exist without it. This is what's going on. Wake up, everyone. The same government that you were so concerned about holding insurrectionists responsible and accountable for the things they do, the same government is the same one that's trying to kill you, that has been setting you up for failure from day one. Take your faith out of the government. Take it out. Those are men, self-serving men we have been ignorant enough to give power to. And now we see what they do with the power that we have given them. The time of change is upon us. There's no going backwards. There is no going backwards. We are going to have to go through this entire thing. Be prepared for what the government is about to do to us. I'd ride my bike at 3 o'clock in the morning, guys. I love it. The world is quiet in the middle of the night. But you can also see what's going on because that's when the prices are changing on the marquees outside gas stations. When it goes from $5.55 a gallon for regular unleaded gas to $5.60 a gallon for that same regular unleaded gas overnight. 5-cent difference, a 5-cent increase. Why? What happened overnight to make the gas price increase even further? 5 cents more. No, because they can. Nobody's pushing back. Nobody has stopped buying fuel. They will continue to do what they do until we push back. That's why there's a fence around the freaking Supreme Court, because they know that the people are coming. They are afraid that the people are coming. Okay? They can put a fence up real fast around a government entity, but to protect themselves, but they don't protect us when we are in the crosshairs. There's no fence getting thrown up around us when we're in crisis. But when they do bad things to us, oh, they have the police, they have the whole army to protect the government, to turn their arms against us. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Next question. Will what's going on in the Supreme Court change the dynamics of who turns out to vote? Will more women, goodness gracious, my cards are, will more women come out to vote in 2022? Will more women come out to vote? And I'm just going to ask it like that. Will more women turn out to vote in 2022? Guys, this is the awakening of the divine feminine. This is the year that women step into their power. Will more women come out to vote than men? Let's put it that way in 2022. Huh. Woo. First card, we got the stinky fish. There's news coming out. We've got some fighting, guys. There's going to be fights all the way to November. It is this war on women. Everything that I'm getting is fighting, war. Oh, things are coming rapidly. All this foolishness that the GOP is doing. What are they doing? Okay, here we are. Here we are. Here's the crossroads of where we are as a nation. Okay? We have got to stand up as a people. See that the knee on the neck is the government and stand up against it. Oh my goodness. If I disappear, y'all, if I disappear, y'all know they got me. Um, you just know they got me. All right. Um, again, I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid of whatever they think they could do to me. And if this, when I upload this video, you know, it shouldn't buffer. They may just not put it up, period. But who knows? What I'm trying to tell you guys, what the tarot is trying to tell you, pay attention to what our government is doing. We are so concerned about Merrick Garland pressing charges against the people who caused the insurrection. The day that the insurrection happened, guys, let's go back. January 6, 2020. We all watched it on television. We all saw what happened. And at the end of the day, when everybody got sent home, how many people were arrested? How many people who broke into, smashed windows, destroyed statues, spray painted, put crap, human feces. They pulled down their pants, squatted, and defecated in the in Congress. How many people got arrested that night? How many people? Police were murdered. Police were hurt, injured. A couple people died. How many people were arrested? How many white people who broke into the Congress, the Capitol building, were arrested? Oh, I'm sure there might have been one or two, maybe 10. But there were thousands of people assaulting the police, and the police treated them like they were jaywalkers. Open your eyes. Pay attention to what was going on that day, and then you know who the culprit is. The government protects itself, okay? The nasty people like Perjury Taylor Greene, who get a pass on their bad behavior, who get to be a victim when the tables are turned. This is the same government that I mean, nobody, nobody is in jail that is in the Congress or the Senate that was a part of that insurrection, of the treason. Not one person. Stop putting your faith in Merrick Garland. He works for the government. Nothing has been done because nothing is going to be done. If they were going to do something, it would have been done already. If they were going to persecute 45, they would have removed him from president. This is their plan. They're talking out of both sides of their mouths so that they can keep you confused, keep you believing that they're working for you, keep you believing that the Democratic Party is on your side or the Republican Party is on your side. Like I keep saying, the damn bird in the middle got to die. We never needed government to begin with. Government was a way to control us and take our money. That's all they do is take from us. Take, take, take. They don't give a shit. They take. We had all day kindergarten. We had affordable childcare. We had a nation that we could have been proud of once. We had a way of making things better. But America does one thing very well, and that is oppress people. They have kept the black man oppressed since they brought us here. They have kept the red man oppressed since the day they landed on this shore. Women, your vagina is now up for negotiation. You aren't even a person. You are not a person. The only people that matter are white people with penises. And they are trying to tell you this at every turn. Okay? If you are not a white person with a penis, you don't matter. At all. At all. At all. It doesn't matter. If you are not a white person with a penis, you are a non-entity in the United States of America. You have a vagina. You aren't even a person. You can't even, they don't even want you to be able to stop from getting pregnant if you want to have sex with somebody. So what does that make you? We have to learn who we need to fight against. Okay? And until we understand that the tyranny comes right from the top, and it doesn't matter who's sitting in the driver's seat, this is why Tupac was killed. This is why Biggie was killed, for speaking out against the government. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. This is my path. Didn't understand it for a long time. But the ones that want to hurt us, not our neighbor, they've been brainwashed just like we've been brainwashed to believe that the ones that we elected and put in power over us care about us. No, they don't. They care about how they can subjugate us, how they can bend every one of our knees to make us bow down. And until we understand that and stop the stupidness about who's doing what to whom, because it's all distraction. We got to realize, wake up, realize the Marjorie Taylor Greens, the Donald Trumps, the Vladimir Putins, they are one and the same. They are the same entity. That is just the low vibrating scum that is running this planet. And until we as a people stop hero worshiping bad people, until we decide that we are going to think for ourselves. What's good for you? Okay? What makes your life good? Because the rich take care of themselves. And guess who pays for it? We pay for their vacations, their houses. We pay the taxes. We keep this country running. The rich take advantage of us. Until we stand up and flip this damn table over, we're bigger than they are. We're stronger than they are. And damn it, we're smarter than they are. But we got to get off our knees. We have to understand that we have power and our voices. Our backs were not built for them to stand on. Our backs were built for us to build a future for ourselves, not to build a future for the rich. not to be their handmaids, not to be their boy Fridays. Every one of us has a reason, a right to exist. We have to stand up, and until you realize that you are a slave, you will continue to live in slavery. You will be miserable, concerned about what the government is doing to you. When you decide you're not a slave anymore and that you're not working for them, and you pull your freedom out of the air and you pull your autonomy, you are a divine being. You are autonomous. You are the king of all or queen of all you survey. You are not beholden to anyone. You control your destiny. And when you take back your power, you will see the world in a different way. Stand up. Stand up. Stand up. Okay. My next question is from Snoopdoggiedog. Snoopdoggiedog wants to know, um, did Jenny Thomas, was she what that leaked those Roe versus Wade papers? And I'm just going through these questions on Friday, guys. So bear with me. Bear with me. Drop my cards. Hold on. Was Jenny Thomas involved in the leak? Let's just put it that way. I kind of feel it's a no. I don't have a Jenny Thomas. Jenny Thomas and old Justice Thomas is into some bad stuff. They are some bad people. But again, they're working for who they're working for. They're doing their whole thing to subjugate America. Did Jenny Thomas have anything to do with the leaking of the memo? We got the Wheel of Fortune card, but we got the 10 of Swords inverted. Let me see what this is. 10 of Swords inverted. Pain of inverted. Um, let's see. Reverse. Advantage, profit, success, and favor, but not permanent. Power and authority. And guys, look, we got the Wheel of Fortune too. Like I said, the leaking of this memo, okay? I honestly think, and it doesn't matter who did it, it's the why they did it. I really think that the reason that that memo was leaked was so that they could see how the response was going to be. So I think who leaked it, that doesn't mean anything. They wanted to know what response they were going to have to wage when it came out. They wanted to know how bad it was going to be. That's it. They wanted to know how bad the statement of taking away Roe versus Wade was going to be. The treachery. They wanted to know. They wanted to see um, how much the American people would push back. My next question is from. My next question is: will seniors refuse to vote Republican in 2022? Will there be a change in voting patterns? Will more seniors refuse to vote? Well, I'll put abstain from voting. My cards are all flipped over. This is so nuts. Will senior citizens abstain from voting Republican in 2022? Will the Republicans get fewer votes? Okay. I'm going to shuffle these cards a little bit better. Will senior citizens refuse to vote for Republicans in 2022? Because things are going to get real hard for seniors. Oh, they want to take away Social Security. They want to take away all safety nets. All safety nets. All social safety nets. They want to hurt people. They want you living on the street. They want you living on the street naked. Will seniors refuse to vote Republican? Second card, we got a maybe. Oh, we got a yes. We got the sun. Look at this. The senior citizens are tired of being stolen from. We get the Seven of Swords in reverse, which reads good advice, counsel, instruction, slander, and babbling. Okay, this is telling that if we have an age, and guys, the war on women, the war on the senior citizens, the war on veterans, okay, they are trying to harm everyone, and everybody has to see, because everybody as an individual, everything affects them differently. So what is affecting you? What's hard in your life? It may be one thing, but here you may have the 69-year-old, 70-year-old veteran over here that can't get in to the VA, and then they want to keep taking away from everything that they have, a pension that is very little, not enough to live on. And then you get Social Security, which helps your retirement. So we're talking about some 70-year-old people. And again, I'm not talking about the rich people. I am not talking about people who were financially secure. I'm talking about the real people who run this country, the real working class people, the people who enlisted in the army at 17 and 18 years old, worked blue collar jobs their entire lives, managed to get a job with a pension and retire on it. And for a bunch of years, your retirement was enough for you to maintain your lifestyle. But now in 2022, your money has not changed. You are a retired person on a fixed income. Let's say you own your house. You don't have to pay for nothing, but your pension is $1,700 a month. And let's say for a long time that, yeah, it was hard, but you could survive on that $1,700 a month because you didn't have to pay for your house. Okay, but you still have to pay taxes on your house. And this is what our local governments are doing. Every year, they raise your property tax or redistrict you, putting you in a higher category. So you on your fixed income, where you used to have to pay maybe 120 something dollars for your taxes on your paid off house that was worth, when you bought it for, let's say, $30,000, $40,000. Now they want to tell you that that house that you paid for, that was $30,000, is now worth $340,000. And that 200 or $100 that you used to pay for property taxes is now $1,000. You only get $1,700 a month. So that means whatever month your property taxes are done, that $1,000 that used to get you through, now you got to pay for your property taxes, and you have to live on $700 for that whole month, knowing that ain't even gonna pay your electric, water, heat, and feed you or put gas in the car. You didn't do this to yourself. The government did it to you. The government took what you bought and earned, what you were paying for, and told you, well, now we just decided that now we're just going to tell you your $30,000 cracker box is now worth 400,000, and you owe us $2,000 for taxes on it this year. And if you don't pay us, we're going to throw you out of your $30,000 house and sell it to somebody else for $250,000, $500,000. Does it matter that this is yours? You paid for it. That same government is going to walk in, raise the price on you, and kick you out of your own house. Pay attention to what's going on, guys. Pay attention. But yeah, senior citizens are going to refuse to vote Republican. I'm sorry, I forgot to finish reading the cards, but there's the answer. Yeah, it's all about money. And what the GOP is trying to do is to take away the safety net of everybody, to make everybody live in fear. Next question is from Danielle. Will the federal government open clinics in red states to combat these abortion laws? I'll ask it. Will the federal government open clinics in red states to combat the abortion? We had clinics in every state. It was called Planned Parenthood. The government decided that that was no good, got in concert with the churches and decided that, yeah, we're going to take all of that away from you. So, but I'll ask the question, Danielle. Will the government help women by opening clinics to help them with birth control in any state, not just red states? Anywhere. Will the government try to help women? Oh my goodness, look at this. First card, we get the celebration. Tell me something. Tell me, educate me, tarot. Why did we get a yes to this card? Second card, we got the King of Swords because things are too severe. Then we get the Crossroads. Things have to change. This war on women. This is a cup they don't want. This could be the thing about why they put the feeler out, guys. Maybe the government is realizing that they're going to lose a whole lot quicker by doing what they're doing, and they may need to um, stick their nose into stuff. We get the Seven of Cups, the illusion, delusion. Again, all of this, the fact that we got the yes, the cup that nobody wants in the crossroads, and the severe king are saying that maybe they're going to have to reconsider this because this is going to have an outcome that maybe they don't want. But Danielle, Tarot is saying that yeah, government's going to step in and try to help some women. Tarot says the government is going to step in and try to help some women. I hope that's true. But then again, guys, don't put all your faith into a government that does not have your back. My next question is about MBS. Will Mohammed bin Salman be overthrown? Will MBS be removed? Mohammed bin Salman, will he be overthrown? The Saudi prince, will he lose power? Oh my goodness, first card we got a yes, a beaten, excuse me, yes, MBS. Again, the cup that one doesn't want. The happy Republican family and the high priestess. Oh my goodness. Mohammed bin Salman might be taken out, I'm kind of feeling. The high priestess, secrets and mystery, interest, because it's a male. Oh my goodness. Things are things may start to change a little quicker, guys. And I mean, we are gonna go through a part where all these bad actors are going to fall. They're going to lose power. The rich, the ones that are running this world right now are well, they're actively losing power. Eh, This could be very interesting. Beautiful Girl says, as rents increase, displaced people are forced to give up their animals. Will the government help with all the animals that are being abandoned and given up to shelters? Oh, this is terrible. This touches my heart. As rents increase and people are displaced and forced to give up their animals, will something be done to help the animals? Will the government do something to help people who have to give up their animals? The whole thing is people shouldn't have to be forced to give up their homes. And we wouldn't have to answer this question again until we put people first and profits second. This is where we're going to be. As rents increase and people are displaced, will the government help with animals? My cards are flipping backwards and forwards, guys. Here we go. First card, we get the Queen of Pentacles. This is money. Then we get the Tower, force, fatality, and ruin. Third card, we get the Moon, things brought out of into the dark, um, to be shown in the light, and anxiety. Oh my goodness. Obstruction, the Hierophant, that's the government. No, 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 beautiful girl. I'm sorry. No. Again, they don't care about people. No. And here's no, no, no. The government is not going to step up to help people's animals. No, no, they're not. My next question is from Gailene. And we got a lighter question, guys. We're going to end on this one. This one is about Will and Jada, okay? The last thing that I know about Will and Jada was when Will got up and slapped Chris Rock and told him to keep my wife's name out your mouth. That's the last thing that I have entertained myself about Will Smith because I really don't care. Whatever that was just pure distraction. And whatever's going on in in Jada's marriage is what's going on in Will and Jada's marriage. But Gailene has a question. Gailene would like to know what it seems like Jada has something on Will to keep him doing her bidding. I don't know, but let's ask Carol. Carol. Now, I understand. Will and Jada have an interesting relationship. However, Will and Jada's relationship is Will and Jada's relationship. What they choose to do in their marriage, who they choose to do in their marriage, is their marriage. Okay? Two people who consent to whatever are two people who consent to whatever. Okay? And we must respect that. People are swingers. People are polyamorous in their marriages. That is between the two people who took vows to each other. Okay? It's their life. There are certain things that are not our business. Okay? I am not going to go into their personal business. I am just going to ask a question like this. Does does Jada have something over Will that she is using, let's say, that she can use to control him? Does Jada have some type of information on Will that she is using to control him? And that's the question. Does Jada have information on Will that she is using to control him with? Ooh, last card we get the Wheel of Fortune, and this is karma. So the very last card we get the Wheel of Fortune, and the very last card, what I'm feeling is this is something from their youth. Okay, something from when they very first got together. This is pillow talk. Oh my goodness. When somebody says something in confidence to somebody who they are supposed to be able to trust. When you're laying in bed next to the person and you're saying things that are coming out of your heart because you think you are talking to the other side of your soul, and that person takes that confidence and uses it as a weapon on you. The answer is yes, Gailene. Yes. She has information about Will that Will doesn't want anybody else to know. something that Will did a long time ago, okay? Something that would embarrass him, something that would seriously embarrass him, something that might even end his career. But he told her this to 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 try to help his own conscience. He told her this in love and in solitude, thinking that he shared a burden, something that weighs heavily on him. He shared it with her, and she is holding on to that information, knowing that she could use it against him. Gailene, excellent question. Yes, Jada has some compromise on Will. Embarrassing, something very embarrassing. But and again, I don't like to read on people's what people do in their personal life, but these two have been doing a dance for a long time. Okay, ins and outs, fame, money, appearances, and things said in trust. When people stay together for other reasons than the love of each other, and that is part of it. They have built a brand. So now they are in protection mode of that brand, um, of their name. I feel bad for the whole relationship. I feel bad for their kids, but it's their life. And truly, the things that go on in the talk between a man and a wife are not any of our business. But yeah, there is compromise. Okay, all right. I thought it would be fun to end on Will and Jada, and it was just sad. But anyway, guys, no, don't put your faith in our government. They do not work for you, okay? That is the number one lesson to learn this day. Don't, don't don't put your hopes and fears into the government. Don't put your dreams into the government. The government is a self-serving entity. It works for itself. It always has and it always will. They are trying to control us by any means necessary to give us as little as possible and to take all everything that we enjoy away from us, especially if it's something that we're entitled to. Okay? Especially if it's money. They want us poor, hungry, and stupid. And that's what they go after. They go after our money. They go after how we feed ourselves. They go after how we educate our people, especially our children. And they go after the women to make sure that we are nothing but slaves. If you do not believe that our government is trying to enslave you, continue down the road that you are on, and I wish you well. I wish you well. For everybody else who is awake, stand up. Flip that damn table over. This time, it is time. It's our time. Ladies, the divine feminine. It is our time to stand up and take this mess over. It's our time. And there's nothing. The universe is on our side. There's nothing that's going to stop this. Guys, put on them boots. Lace them up, tie them up. It's time to go. It's time to go. Stop with all the nonsense. Look into yourself. Stop looking for the government to fix your life. It's not going to happen. Stop looking for the government to do the right thing. It's not going to happen. It's up to us. It's up to us. I love you. I love you. Happy Mother's Day. Ladies, stand up. It's time for us to take our power back. It's time for us to show them who we are. I love you. I love you. Look inside yourself for the strength that you need. Look inside yourself, because there you will find all the answers. We have been given everything we need. We just have to understand that it's there and know that it can't be taken from us. We have to know that they have tricked us into thinking that we have no power. We have all the power. I love you. Have a wonderful day.